Hey, welcome. Recording this session because some people are attending lessons and they don't have time to participate in this community event. So this is purely community event, and we'll talk about creating and maintaining your professional LinkedIn profile. Now, let me know how are you today in the live stream chat channel in our server. Hi and welcome to the live stream. Hope you are doing well. It's very good weather outside in Riga. I'm in Riga right now, and yeah, and everyone asking how how about me? I'm fine. I was quite busy, but I always enjoy time together with you, together with community. Honestly, the last several days, I was not very happy with my time schedule because I didn't have a lot of time to spend here in community to write things. But today we have this opportunity, and I'm planning more streams, and that will be about data analytics, business intelligence. That they will be also cool. I will announce a bit later. Okay, let's go. And I don't think that we will have to spend a lot of time on this. So, you all know, I'll just share my screen, and you all know, my dear friends, that in the professional world, in the professional world, we have things which are called like, hey, CV. You know, who wants to know more what is CV? Do you know what is CV? It's called CV, Curriculum Vitae or Viate. I don't remember. Which one is that? CV, Curriculum. It's written like this. So it comes from Latin, okay? And that is what you have accomplished in your life. Now tell me, please, who has ever created a CV for herself, himself? Can you just tell me here? Okay, Strikeras, working on it right now. Good. Okay, do you know what's the difference between CV versus resume? Okay, need to. All right, not really. Okay, I'll tell you a bit shortly. Okay. So, when we want to apply for a job in a team, wherever, like for example, we are now, let's say, I will talk about, let's say, Riga and Latvian based resources, but they are similar in Baltic states, in Eastern Europe, Western Europe. It's the same. So, for example, here, let's do in English. So, here it is. We have, for example, CV.lv portal where you can apply for jobs. Most of them will ask for your CV. All right. CV is something which looks like, so CV example, right? It looks like this short 1-2 page paper with or without your photo, doesn't matter. And it tells what you have done, where have you worked, and so on. And this is important. Let's say I want to hire you, I want to get you into my team. I want to know more about you, right? And I don't have time to speak to, let's say, 100 people. That's why I get their CVs, 100 CVs, and I look at them. If I like them, then cool. I just, what I do, I select, shortlist, then I do interviews and so on. So CV is short, brief, usually 1 page, max 2 page, max. Don't exceed 2 pages when you make a CV. Okay, max 2 page information about you. So what is resume? Resume is more detailed information about you. So usually when you start, like you are like 17, 18, 16, 19, 20, you start as a junior, you will not have resume most probably because resume is for more experienced professionals who write down what have they accomplished. Okay, so for example, I have created this department, I have managed that during my business. The sales has grown 3 times. We have increased and stabilized the cash flow. I have helped company to attract more capital, more debt, whatever, right? I was hiring and firing people and so on. So this is in resume, you have more place to write it. So two essential things. For you guys, I think CV is important and resume is something you should start looking at. But I myself consider both CV, I consider that to be a bit outdated thing. Yeah. Because we have a social profile, for example, LinkedIn. Now I'll show you my LinkedIn. So this is LinkedIn. I open it. Here it is. Okay. So this is me, my profile, my picture. Now we'll talk about them shortly. And this is the feed I see here. All right. I see here the feed. And usually it shows me the things I'm interested in. Now, for example, senior developer and junior developer. that's that's funny. That's really funny. You see that, right? So it's a meme kind of like senior developer helps junior developer, and junior developer gets out of whatever and runs and falls again into that. And then we see here project manager. You guys see that or not? Here, where's the project manager? Here's the project manager. Okay, you got it. So these are funny things here, but now LinkedIn is a professional network. Don't post here exaggerated things like post here. You see, it's professional. We don't have here cats. We don't have here, um, I don't know, funny things. We don't have here like jokes a lot, some of them, but be careful with that, right? Usually people post here whatever they are interested in. So, for example, you work with coding, so you post with but professional things, not just memes, and memes. Sometimes, yes, one or two, but be careful with that. Okay. Now, I have seen that some of you have your LinkedIn profiles. It's kind of like Facebook. It's kind of like a social network, but for professionals. Now, what does it mean? Look, I have my network. So we can build our network, and that means a lot. So, for example, I'll show you, let's say, I want to find some person. Let's say, for example, yeah. So last time I had very interesting guests, and one of them was, let's say, Anton Narosberg, who is the founder of Meet Frank. Yeah, and let's say I want to see his profile. For example, just click it, and I want to see who is he. Let's say I don't know him, and I see who is this person. I see that hey, he is co-founder and chief technical operator at Meet Frank, for example, right? I see, do we have mutual connections and who they are? And I say, okay, I know Richard, Haralds, and two other people. I can see, right? I see competences that he's competent in Java, JavaScript, iOS, whatever. And I see here experience. This is kind of CV/resume because this is the CV part where I have been, and this is the resume part, what I have done. Yeah, for example, I see that he worked as a mobile software engineer, as a freelancer. He founded some companies here. And I see what is the education? Okay. And if for example, I want to um, invite that person for a talk, or let us say I am looking for a person to hire, for example, I see who has endorsed that person skills. Yeah. So I know that, hey, there are some guys who endorse this person knowing Android. mobile application development, software development. I can see more Ruby on Rails. I see that. So he's good with Ruby on Rails. And this information is more reliable because these are endorsements. That means your network endorses you, like not like recommends, but testifies, confirms that this person knows that things quite well. Okay. This is like community, local community of Anton, like tells that. And that's it. I see interests of the person. I know that this person is mostly interested in tech, right? So I know the languages, yeah, which projects, and so on. For example, we can search any other person. Let's say I want to find a company Accenture and I want to know some people from there. And I find Accenture as a company and people, right? Here I can see where do they live. I see that a lot of Accenture um, employees live in India. You see how many? In United States, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. In Latvia, by the way, in Latvia, 1,500 employees, which is quite good for Latvia. Now, just compare, yeah, here and here. Like, but considering the population of Latvia, it's quite large office actually, and it's one of the quality places, right? For IT, for starting your IT. And let's say I want to see what's going on here in Latvia, in Accenture. Oh, what is this? Oh, okay, okay. And here it is. And I see, for example, these people work in Latvia. So this guy is the head of Accenture Latvia. Let's see who is he. Let's say we want to see more about him. Just open that. I see his name. I see his connections, 500 plus connections. About, I can read about that person. You see, this person is like a senior manager. So that's why or C-level manager actually. That's why he has written a lot of text. That's fine. But if you're not senior manager, don't write this much text because, well, be very concise. But for seniors, yes, you have things to write. So we see where he worked. Accenture managing director, operating lead, delivery lead, project manager. His education is from Latvian University. We see the skills and endorsements. We see business analysis, software project management, whatever. And this is how I know more professional information about that person. Okay, so we cannot get this information in Facebook or in Instagram. Agree? Can you get this information in Facebook or Instagram? Usually, no. Now, I can show you my profile, for example. Where's my profile? It's me. Yeah, I can see my profile, right? This is my feed. Now, let's say I want to see my profile. Here it is. And I can edit my profile. Now, if I want to edit here, I can edit my name, surname, things like here. I can edit about information. So right now I have this information. This is what I do. And I have written here my like short. I have decided to write it like this. So this is what I do, for example. Digital transformation, data management, business intelligence, whatever, all these things. So I was working a lot in financial risk management, in investment management. Okay. And that's why this is what I just write here. So I see that I have 95 views, whatever. I can edit it. So my experience, what I have done, where I have worked. Yeah. And so on. Okay. Who has endorsed me? So what kind of courses I had? What languages do I know? for example, and so on. So you got the idea. So when you create your profile, pay attention to the picture. Well, I don't think that mine is the best one here, but do not put pictures like maybe they will be here. Like, don't put like images like this in LinkedIn. I will say you honestly, if I want to hire a person, and I'll tell you why we use LinkedIn, because in LinkedIn we also hire people. That means get to jobs. When I look for a person for a team, the first place I look usually is LinkedIn, or one of the first places. Okay? And if I see the person has this kind of photo or even this kind of, this is not serious. I will most probably not consider that. Yeah, most probably. So these are not good profile pictures. Don't put them in your professional LinkedIn. Don't do this, you see? So you got it. Don't do that. Just try to put some professional, good looking photos. Doesn't matter that you have to be with a tie. I want to change it actually. I have it for a long time. But I can show you my contacts. Let's say my network. This is the people I know. I have 752 people in my network. That means the I don't so about the network. Okay, so who are the connections? Connections are people who are connected with you. So be careful who are connected with you, because when I look into a person and I want to work with that person, I look connections of that person. I see how serious people are in his connections. Got it? So it's really important. And I do not accept. So for example, when somebody sends me invitation, well, I haven't seen this. For example, yes, some invitations, I'll see that. So for example, if I don't know a person, I review that once in a month or whatever. You see, these people want to connect with me, right? And I see who is that person. Do I know that person? Do I want to be connected to that person or not? If not, do not do that. Don't connect to any persons just to get connections. This is not good idea, because you will have very random people there and other people will judge you by that your connections. Is this clear? So don't do that. Don't do random things. And just go to your network and see, like, for example, here are some of my connections, right? And these are the people I really know. And you see, what are the profile pictures? They are quite like professional looking. Yeah, most of them. So this is the guide for you to make your connections, your profile pictures like this. Okay, so that's important. And you see here, for example, Accenture. Well, they are mostly professional pictures. Well, this one is, you can look at this and think, but overall, you see, yeah, this is not also very, I would say, successful LinkedIn picture, profile picture. You got the idea. Do you have any questions, my dear friends? So, what do you do in LinkedIn? Just write me any questions if you have here, just write me here. So, what we do here in LinkedIn, we build our profile, and it takes time. It takes time to develop first your network, quality network, plus your profile. Because when you get new jobs, new internships, you just write it here. You just add it here. Like, you can edit your, of course, you understand. You can edit your profile uh, here. profile, and you can add your jobs here, experience. You can add an experience. Yeah, for example, something, employment type, full time, part time, whatever, company, location, from, until. I think you got the idea. It's not very hard to do that. It's easy to build the profile, but be careful. You should maintain it. And don't make your profile obsolete, like not updated for more than a year or 6 months. Better to update it, keep it updated. Um, yes, absolutely. I think hackathons, you can add them. Well, for when I want to, let's say, network or hire a person, of course, I understand that if there is a young person, like 18 years old or 20 years old or 16 years old, then most probably that person has quite limited experience, which is okay. But in this case, exactly, you can add hackathons, you can add your achievements, certificates, achievements, because this is what I will look into. If you just write there, I am studying at school or at university, that's not enough. So many people study at university or at school. So what? Show that you are different. Show that you have done additional things so that I must pay attention to you. Got it? That's important. From that perspective, yes. Is it really necessary to have LinkedIn? Strikers, this is a good question. It is not like really necessary to have LinkedIn, but it helps you to build your professional network. And I don't say that it's must, but for example, some organizations like, for example, Meet Frank. Yeah, Meet Frank is an app which matches you with the employers, right? With the job places, and they do that with LinkedIn profile. That means they provide your LinkedIn profile for them. They told me that some companies still ask for example, really, if somebody asks my CV, I say, hey, go to my LinkedIn and see everything there. Why should I send you CV? It's just a waste of time to maintain one more CV. Just go there and take it. I have all the information. And then what HR, who are HR? They are like human resource managers of companies. What they say, yes, that is a great thing, but not many people keep their LinkedIn profiles up to date, and that's a problem. That's why keep your profile up to date and say that, hey, I have up to date profile. See, here it is. And this is my I let's say several times a week I watch through the also feed. I see what people are talking about, what is there. And I know that here I will have professional things. That's why it's interesting. So that's my answer to you. CV is okay. A LinkedIn is modern, and some platforms will use your LinkedIn profile. And by the way, the first place I find a person is I'm not promoting your LinkedIn. I have no connection to LinkedIn. It's just it happens that it's LinkedIn. So if I want to work with that person. Any other questions? Now, building the profile is not hard. Again, it will guide you through that. Okay. And you just build it step by step. And if you have any questions, ask. You can ask me, or you can ask community members. Or you can find, I think, a lot of information also here. So tips for building LinkedIn profile. Here they are, for example, 20 tips for building your LinkedIn profile. So just find it in the internet, some things here. Okay. All right. So, any other questions from you? This is quite brief. Again, this is a community event, very short, but a brief. It's not a very public. It wasn't like put into social networks as a public event, but anyone can participate. This is just for you guys. Um, yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. But well, abuse. I don't know what do you mean abuse. Be careful because then you are public. That's true. That's the downside. Then people know more information about you. You can not make LinkedIn profile. That's absolutely fine if you are fine and if you can get into contact with people other way. So today we are talking about LinkedIn profile. So it is your decision to make it or not to make it. Okay. But if you decide to make it, that is what I want to tell you where to um, pay your attention. If you say that, hey, I don't need it, that's fine. You don't need it, and that's very fine. So you can build your network in other place, or you understand. Oh, like Facebook, maybe. So by the way, LinkedIn belongs to Microsoft. Microsoft bought LinkedIn some years ago, and now Microsoft owns LinkedIn. So just for you to know. So if will LinkedIn work for most places if it was to look in the world? LinkedIn doesn't guarantee you work, but um, we and HR people like human resources and business managers, when they look for people to hire, they use LinkedIn a lot. This is I know from experience because I have also hired and I worked in companies who hire. And in LinkedIn, there is also premium version. I also buy premium when I hire. Dur- During my hire periods, I get LinkedIn premium, and it's like around like 80, 90 euros per month, which is not quite cheap, but it gives you access to more search possibility, like, and plus you can directly send information to those people. Let's say if I want to hire this guy, for example, you know who is he, right? And the Revolut guy, I can send him directly message. If I want to, I don't know, for example, who is she? Yeah. For example, I want to see Tatiana Waltman, leading tech and product recruitment at Revolut. So that means she's recruiter. She looks for people to hire for Revolut. Okay. You see, she's full stack tech recruiter and leader. So she builds teams, agile recruitment. That means if she wants to add you, let us say you receive an invitation from her. For example, I don't know her, and I hope she's not angry now because I'm using her profile as big. This is public information. It's public, absolute information. Let's say you see that this kind of person now gives you an invitation to connect. That could mean that she wants to consider you as a potential candidate. And you see that she is a recruiter at Revolut. If you trust the company and if you trust the profile, you see that, hey, things are fine here, you can connect. Maybe the next thing you will get some offer like, hey, thank you for connecting with us. You know, now we have an open junior position you might be interested in because I see that your profile is cool. Yeah, I liked it. And then you start like it usually happens in messaging. I'll not show that because I have private messages there. And this is how it happens. So headhunters and recruiters, they use LinkedIn extensively. They hunt for people. Okay, got it. So there's no guarantee that you will get a work, but it's one of the popular channels where to build your network and to get some, let's say, offers. So if companies are, another question here is, if companies are asking for my CV, can I send them my LinkedIn profile? Okay, that's very good question. That's I raised with Meet Frank, and they say that there are still companies who are working, let's say, old stylish, and they work with CV. I think you can ask definitely the company, is my LinkedIn, you can say that, hey, my LinkedIn profile is up to date. Is that sufficient? Okay. But please remember that, especially particularly large companies, they are not always efficient in hiring people, and they are so-called people like HR people there, human resources. HR. Yeah. So let's write here HR meaning human resources. And you have, in many companies, you have like HR people who are building the human resource of the company. And please note, I have to say that, well, you can agree, or some people can agree or disagree. Not all HR specialists are up to date, and not all of them are tech savvy, and not all of them know the position well. So, for example, HR can hire a front end developer, but at the same time, let's say HR doesn't know much about what is JavaScript, TypeScript, what is React, and difference between Angular, whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay? Don't think that all HR people they know technologies. And when they interview you first time, they don't, let us say, they want to see whether you are the right person. You have that set of skills nominally, and you are like okay person for them, because the real interview usually is after HR, when you talk to the manager who will work with you, or I don't know, the head of something, usually. Okay. So that's usually the interview, the most, because then you get technical questions, you can get answer. With HR, you usually talk about general things. They have usually a set of questions and ask you. So that's why sometimes they need that CV, curriculum vitae. They need it because they have a lot of them. They want to compare because not everyone has LinkedIn profile. So that's why ask them. If they accept that, then fine. So another question is, better if it's make on website portfolio than LinkedIn? Oh yeah, this is a very good question. A yes and no, because it's, let's say, it's always excellent to have your portfolio. I would say definitely if you go tech, you should have your portfolio, let's say, in GitHub, your page that shows what you have done. Definitely you can have your own homepage. I don't have mine, but definitely you should have, you can have it. But there is one problem here. Well, no. It's not a problem. There is one advantage. Advantage. There is one advantage in LinkedIn, that you build your network. And when I want to add you into my network, I look who you are by your network. Because when I look, let us say, I want to see, for example, yeah, again, let's take randomly. So she is, and then I'm looking here, who are the people? Well, no, this is not. Where's that? Oh, yeah, it shows usually also here, I think. First of all, I can see my mutual connections. That's the first. Then I can see um, which people endorsed that person. Yeah, here. I can see recommendations. Here you can write recommendations or you can receive recommendations from other people. Yeah. You see, she has a lot of recommendations and I see who they are. If I trust those people, then I trust this information more and my trust to her increases. This is what you cannot easily make with your own website usually. Yes, you can get some recommendations, sure. But again, network thing doesn't work there usually. And that is the, let's say, the plus or the advantage of in LinkedIn. You got it right. Oh, haha, here is. I think I know this person. I think I know this person. I think I really know this person. Congratulations. Wow, that's very cool. The Creative React and Redux course. And I think this person could be here right now in the stream. Very cool. Very cool. You see, somebody named Robert updated his profile here, and I see what's going on here, right? Okay. So that's it. From my side today, that's it. Oh, yes. Bigger Bob, that's you. Very good. Cool. Cool to have you here and to see you in the LinkedIn at the same time. And you see, I didn't select you. It happened that it offered me. And that, sometimes we forget about each other. Yeah, just forget. That's normal. I know like 1,000 or maybe thousands of people. I don't remember all of them all the time. And when I look here, I say, hey, Robert is, hey, cool, Robert. Let me call him or let me chat with him and ask him, what is he doing? Yeah, for example, at this time, for example, I need some front-end developer. I can just chat, say, hey, Robert, how are you? What are you doing? And he can ask, hey, I'm free now. I'm looking for a job. And say, hey, good. Okay, so that's the power of usually the network. All right, any more questions from your side? For me, that's it. 40 minutes, I think it's enough. That was very hands-on. Well, you can try to make your profiles or you can try other ways. And I'll keep you informed. I want to do another stream on a different topic, but that will be in the events channel later. I'll post that. Artix is typing here. Any questions? So now let's do a Q&A. Okay. Okay, good question. Honestly, I don't know. I think for freelancing, there could be better options. For example, I have seen like Upworks, and I have seen people from Baltic states, from Eastern Europe working there. I have hired myself here. Yeah. For example, Upwork. You can have a look at that into that. I think so. So, but when you have completed projects, LinkedIn is a good place to build your profile because here you don't build your network. It's just you offer your job, right? For example, I want to find a person, let us say a React developer. Yeah. And what I see here, now I see here people who are developing React. They have their hourly rates. I think we have to do a different stream on freelance. And here I can change location. Let's say I want to find a person from Riga or Latvia. Okay, and I see here Here they are. So I see here all the freelancers from Latvia registered in this portal, and they indicate their hourly rate, they indicate their skills and stack. And for example, let's say I want to in Estonia, for example, not in Latvia, in Estonia. Here, I see the, let's see. And if you want just to freelance, I think these options are better to consider. But again, keep building. If you really have your LinkedIn profile, keep building that, keep maintaining that, because every time you accomplish something, you can add it to your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is mostly better for getting permanent jobs like junior position, entry level. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, very cool. Artix says that thanks for info. Now I know what's LinkedIn, heard about it earlier, but not knew what is that. All right, I think we should stop today and really thank you for your presence here, for your questions, for your interest. Keep growing, keep growing, keep building your network, keep growing. And I really wish you to find the jobs not just for earning money, but those who develop you, which develop you and which make you more motivated, like even more motivated, give you motivation to learn, study, develop further. That's really important. Actually, that is what when we was with Meet Frank, Richard and Anton also told that go for the job which really motivates you. Don't think that, hey, there I can earn like 100, 200 euros more. That's not the reason, especially when you start. What do you type in the degree section? If you don't have it, you just write, I study at some place. That's it. Okay. Well, I'm not sure that the LinkedIn is very good for like very young students, like 12 year, 14 year. I think that like from 15, 16 years, that sounds better. I think so. I think so. This is my own like feeling, but why not? You can try. Why not? And also try like never lie, right? As it is. Yeah, as it is, because it's not very hard to check that information anyway. So just write as it is. And again, do not think that you will build your profile in just one day, 1 week, or 1 month. No, this is long-term process. Yeah, you are building it. It takes time. It can take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But the earlier you start building your things professionally, yeah, the faster you will get your network actually, probably even working. Okay. All right. Again, thank you everyone. Any other questions? I think I'll put this video somewhere in YouTube or wherever, because there are many people who asked me to record this session because they're busy right now with lessons, with work and studies. Otherwise, let's say bye bye to each other. And I hope you enjoy the community. Keep communicating, keep creating ideas, keep developing, making teams, and sharing your experience here. That's really great. And that is the power, actually. Thank you, everyone. And bye bye. See you in our next events and lessons. Bye. Enjoy the day.